Recording mode. And hit that. Okay.
Let's do the whole show like that.
Okay, deal. All right, everybody, it's time. Sit back and relax. It's time for the show, which begins in 3, 2, 1.
We're all looking for new thrills, new experiences. It's part of life. Unfortunately, it often takes experience and maturity to arrive at wise decisions.
The super duper missile.
The morning stream. They sleeps in the raw with their ma and pa.
Good morning and welcome to and back the morning stream. Back to the morning stream. It's Monday, May 18th, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
I'm all right. I hurt my back. Look.
Aww.
Here's the problem. This you can't see it, but over here is now a treadmill in the space that used to be my kid's desk before he moved out. Mm-hmm. And so we've been planning on doing this for a while. I'm going to move the treadmill in here so that when I'm between things, I can just hop on there and do a quick 30 minutes.
Yeah, just exactly. 10 minutes? I can knock out a quick run in 10 minutes.
Exactly. I can just throw it on and go. Well, it turns out that thing is giant and heavy and a nightmare. Mm-hmm. And to get it in, we literally had to lay it on its side. Well, we had two choices. Unassemble the whole thing, which is... They don't make these simple. They're not simple the way these are made.
You mean disassemble?
Disassemble. Disassemble. No disassemble.
No disassemble. Number 5.
So that was choice A. Choice B was to lay it on its side and try to curve it through the door because it won't fit directly in.
Yeah.
And we went with choice B because we didn't want to take it apart. As a result, it's just Kim and I. I have completely thrown my back out. Like right in the center up here. It's like I have to hold still. If anyone scares me or the dog barks, I kind of tense up and it hurts. It's like, oh, my back. So now the whole point of bringing this thing in here, I mean, I'm still going to get on it today, but I'm not going to be able to full on run on it until my back feels better.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you should take a day and fully recuperate so you don't exacerbate the problem.
But I got to get that cardio. I got to have that cardio, man. Got to have it.
You do, but you don't want to, not at the risk of making things worse.
That's true. Yeah, but if I set it on 4 and just do a really hard walk, that'd be all right. I could deal with that. Mm-hmm. I wonder if are there any good VR things for while you're on a treadmill, or is that dangerous?
Not that I know of while you're on a treadmill. I mean, as long as you're holding the front bar, then you should be okay on a doing VR on a treadmill. But there's nothing that I know of that's like the VR Fit where it works with whatever you're on, right? Like however fast you're going on the treadmill, it makes movement, it makes things go that fast, if that makes sense.
Sure, that totally does. Here's one though called Virtual Runner. Mm-hmm. In that, or Mountain Desert Half Island Marathon, these two virtual experiences put you in a crowd of people that you either get ahead of or get behind of, but you run a marathon with a bunch of fake people. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for fantasy. I want to float in the sky or something cool, you know?
The other problem with that is that you'd have to have a controller in your hand, and that means you're using the VR, not holding onto the bar. That's where things could get a little dicey.
Right, that's a good point. I think this stuff's kind of like your bike thing. It's connected to the bike thing somehow and how fast
there
you
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the VR Fit has a button that mounts onto the handlebars, and it's a set of buttons. It's actually like a D-pad, and I can push that D-pad in the direction I need. And that would be great. Like an endless runner while you're on a treadmill would be a great thing, right? Yeah. And you jump and you duck and things like that.
Yeah, that'd be all right. They got some, there's a site called Run Social.
Run Social.
These are just for phones, though. F that. I don't want that. Well, anyway, so I don't know how that's going to go. I'm sitting as upright as possible, trying to keep the posture, just screwed it up, moving the thing like a dumbass. And I'm not going to call some treadmill place to move it.
No, that's silly.
That's silly. Dumb. And the last time,
plus they might be sick. You might be inviting viruses into your domain.
I don't want the influenza or COVID-19.
The Rona.
I don't want that. Also, the last time I had a guy, when he set this up in 2013 or whatever it was, that guy wouldn't shut up. He wanted to talk about podcasting for hours. Like he was just like, oh man, there's a microphone. Like, what are you doing down here? It's my old house, but it's like, oh yeah, that's what I do. I'm a podcaster. Oh no way, I listen to a lot of podcasters. No, he didn't talk like that, but he just went on for days about stuff.
He was Rick Moranis as one of the bears in Brother Bear.
Yeah,
or one of the moose in Brother Bear.
Yeah. Oh, they were mooses.
They were moose.
Moose. They were moose.
Moose.
Okay.
They were moose.
How come the British say maths instead of math? What's that about? They're not good
for the same reason that they say, "Oh yes, he's at university."
Oh yeah.
Instead, he's at the university.
Yeah. Why do you guys?
He's at university taking maths.
Yeah. Why? You specializing in maths at university? Like what's your deal?
But we say math is short for mathematics.
Yeah.
You guys say maths is short for math. I mean, they're both short for mathematics. You guys just say, well, there's an S at the end of mathematics. Let's use that.
I don't get it. I mean, maybe they're better. Maybe they got it right and we're the wrong ones.
Many different kinds of maths you can use.
Yeah.
There's trigonometry maths. There's geometry maths.
See, this is the problem with the S. It indicates finite, like there's a total number of maths available. Whereas if you say math as a general term to cover all things mathematics, then it's no longer finite, it's infinite.
Well, the bigger problem, and I think we can all agree on this, is the THS combination.
Oh yeah, that's not good either, right?
Yeah.
THS combination.
The Smiths, okay. I'll let that one go.
Okay.
I'll allow the Smiths.
What about
but that's it.
Wait, there's more. You're right.
That's the only one I'll allow.
That's the only one you'll allow. There are more.
Allow.
Yeah, I was trying to think of another one you'd allow, but you know what? I think I'm with you. I think that's the one I would allow as well. All right. Well, yeah, faiths. No one says they have faith.
Faith?
Yeah. They don't say I've had faiths.
I've got faiths of the heart.
I mean, I guess we say different faiths,
baths.
meaning different.
Yeah, baths, depths.
It's
so awkward.
Yeah, I don't.
The TH and S combo.
Yeah, nobody wants to say it. I don't want to say it. You don't want to say it. Why would they want to say it? Come on,
Dice Tomato recognized that I did rearrange the shape of my light triangles.
Yeah,
they're now in a different configuration because when I had the C, the top right part, and you could probably see some of it missing the last couple times we record. The adhesive that I was using to hold them onto the wall came off, and so they actually fell off. Like they separated, and they broke one of my little electro tabs that connected it. So
it's working though. I see it's lit up, so it's okay, right? Like,
it's totally fine. Yeah, I just had. Fortunately, they give you a few spares of those the little connector pieces that connect each triangle.
Yeah.
But so I rearranged it, played around with some different designs. I wanted something abstract. I didn't want anything specific. And there's a limited amount of space, so I can't go too nuts. Although the cat doesn't use the perch, I might move the perch somewhere else and see if she likes it somewhere else.
She used to use it all the time on the perch.
She used to use it all the time, and then Remus came along, and Remus started using it daily. And now it probably smells like Remus, and it pisses her off.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't know when to get in the perch.
I could see that.
It's funny that everybody says it says E3. I mean, I guess
it looks like
kind of
E3
see
a little bit.
Yeah, like an E and then a 3.
Yeah. From this angle, it's more E3 than probably yours.
Yeah.
By the way, your TriStar is rad. I want one of those. Where'd you get that?
Oh, the Zelda thing.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It came in I want to say it came in a Loot Crate box, but you don't even know the best part of it. You want to know the best part of it, Scott?
Tell me the best part of it.
Here's the best part of it. Watch carefully, Scott.
All right.
Watch carefully.
I'm watching.
Ready?
Watching. What?
Can you see that? Can you see
it? It projects the symbol thing that's on his shield and stuff.
Yes.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
That is the best part. Unfortunately, the only way you can show the best part is by holding something up to it.
Well, exactly. Yes. Or you put it in someplace. Like if I put it there in the bookcase, you'd see the projections on the wall. That would probably
I see.
Be a really good thing.
I see. Yeah. That'd be cool. You should do that.
I should do that.
We've got stuff to do today. I just have a question for Noodles and Company. If anyone there is listening,
ask away. Yes.
Is it supposed to be? Are you supposed to feel okay after you eat Noodles and Company, or are you supposed to feel bad after you eat it every time you eat it?
Like bad as in guilty or bad as in nauseous?
Gross. Just feel gross and bloaty. And
no, you're definitely not supposed to feel gross. What are you getting? What are you
every
getting
time I get something at Noodles and Company, we're trying to
macaroni and fudge. I don't know. Was there a problem? Should I not be getting the macaroni and fudge?
I just got like the butter noodle chicken thing. That's like super. It's one of their lighter choices. It's not like full blown stroganoff or something. Mm-hmm. And every time I eat their food, I just feel kind of gross. I don't know what it is.
That's weird.
It's only there.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
It might be the different ones might have different levels of cleanliness or something. The one near us is good. I'm a big fan of their zucchini noodles. Their zoodles.
Those are good, except when they're all like watery at the bottom. That's weird, right?
Yeah, you've really gotta kind of drain them, or just don't
think about it.
Don't drink the zucchini liquid at the bottom of the bowl when you're done eating.
I highly recommend that. And I don't. Jeannie says it's because you eat too much of it. No, I didn't. I mean, there's half of it in the fridge still, and it's just a normal personal portion of it. I just always, every time. I think I'm done, is what I'm saying. I'm done going.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't know why. Kim's fine. She's like, oh, yeah, mine was lovely. What's wrong with yours? I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like crap when I eat it. So
I usually get the Japanese pan noodles or the zoodles with the new thing with butter. No, not butter sauce. It's some sort of like a light marinara. I can't remember. There's some really good sauce with the zoodles.
I should have gotten zoodles. That's because the time I ate zoodles, I was okay. Maybe this is my problem. Maybe the noodles are the problem. The actual noodles of the noodles.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not right in their name.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's right in the name.
Yep. It's in the sign.
And Company.
Yeah. Noodles and Company. I got the company down, but how about these noodles?
It's like the Bed Bath and Beyond.
Exactly.
Where's the company and where's the Beyond?
Nowhere. There's no Beyond. That was a lie. It was always a lie. They never gave us a Beyond.
There's always just bed and bath.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's bed stuff. There's bath stuff.
Well, there's the hallway leading up to the bathroom. We could supply a couple things for that.
Lame. That just gets them so they can legally
say. A nice hallway mirror and a frame.
Yeah.
Frame? You want a frame? We have frames.
We have frames here. They probably have.
Beyond.
They probably have. What are these called? I forgot the name of these. Hold on. Does everyone carry these now?
Giant plastic stormtrooper?
No, I can't find one. What are they called? The stupid dolls I'm sick of.
Funko Pop?
Funko Pops. Do they carry Funko Pops at Bed Bath & Beyond?
I don't think I've seen Funko Pops at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Because everybody else carries them, and I think that's weird. Everywhere you go, there's almost a store not around that doesn't have a little section of Funko Pops. What have we done? What hath we done? Or maybe I don't remember because I haven't been in a physical store in a very long time. Maybe that's why. Since February, really. All right. Well, let's not dwell too much.
I miss going to a store.
I do too.
That's not a grocery store.
I like a store. I do.
Yeah.
I like a mall. I want to go to a mall.
I like an Apple store. I just want to go in there. I don't want to buy anything. I just want to look at that wall of all the extraneous.
Yeah.
You can hook your iPhone up to a sleep monitor that sits in your pillow and tells you when you're asleep with a loud alarm.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with wanting what you're describing. I want all that and more.
Yeah.
In my experience. So let's get it back going. Let's do it safely. Let's get back to the mall.
Restart the country. Country's open. We're open. Mission accomplished. We've accomplished a lot more than previous administrations. We've accomplished everything that we set out to do. A lot of people tell me that I've actually accomplished more as a president than all other presidents combined. Other people say that, not me, but other people say that.
Other people. Who are those people? I'm doing an interview here. Who are those people, Mr. President?
Smart people.
Just smart people?
Not as smart as me, but smart people. I have a lot of smart people.
Do you have a name? You can give us a name, no names, or just.
You don't know her. She lives up in Canada, but she says it all the time.
All right. So she is.
Met her at camp.
All right. On that note.
Sleepaway camp.
Sleepaway camp. All right, hey, look at what we got here. It's called Battle Royale with the one, the only, the Brian Dunaway.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hello.
And President Trump.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
It's nice to have you here. How are you? How was your weekend?
It was terrifically horrible.
No, wait.
Let me tell you about the time that I felt terrible on Saturday, and then on Sunday I bought turnips from that lady on the Animal Crossing.
Hey, did you know that her name in the last game, it wasn't her, it was her mother, And
Yeah, it was her. I thought it was her grandma.
Oh, maybe it was her
Daisy May or
grandma,
something.
but her name was
Right.
it was like Joe Downs, like Dow Jones. It was like a Dow Jones
Oh,
joke.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So now this Daisy May business, it's like that's not even a good. That's not a
That's
good
not
thing.
even a good pun.
No.
Let me tell you something I learned on Animal Crossing this past weekend. If you care for a yarn, it's a very short yarn. Don't worry.
Go
I
ahead.
bought some turnips. I filled my pockets full, and then I went and did a few things. Checked my pockets, moved some stuff around in my pockets, and then did about my little business. And then I had to go do something. I left it, went to sleep, came back, and everything was undone. Lost all my turnips, and it was after 12.
Oh,
I was like,
what? How?
really?
How? How'd that
You-
happen?
I don't
you
know.
didn't like your thing turned off and you didn't save. This has happened.
Apparently
with,
so.
Yes.
Oh, your battery go dead? Is that what happened?
No, it didn't. It didn't. It just went to sleep. And I had to
Yeah.
set to go to sleep after 20 minutes or something. And I was like, geez.
I save it every night. I just do that out of habit. But then, but during the day,
I save it every time I walk away now.
Yeah. I know.
just
I
sleep
didn't.
it.
Yeah, it's so easy not to, and you all of a sudden lose customizations or things you've bought or.
Has this happened to you too, Brian? Have you lost stuff?
Yeah, totally has happened to me. Yes.
This has totally not happened to me. What am I doing right? I guess I shouldn't question the fates. It's good. I'll keep it the way it is. It's fine.
Yeah,
Whatever I'm doing is working. Hey, it's International Museum Day, and they're celebrating in the
It
game.
is. I saw
Yeah.
that this morning. I'm so excited. I could care less.
Yeah. No, okay. You don't care
Yeah,
at all.
something about stamps. What do? You go and do stamps?
Yeah, you do something with stamps. I don't care. Me and Blathers aren't getting along. I've created my own museum at my house.
You started a competing museum.
Yeah.
Like
look at that
basically,
guy.
you know what? I'm donating this butterfly to my own museum.
Yeah.
I did. I've got a whole room full of fish and aquariums and stuff. Got an
Nice.
oarfish in there. It is hot.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe that you've done everything you've said. Well, now let's see if you can do more things with your smart brain. As we play Battle Royale, we have a listener on the line who has been very patient. Hi, thanks for holding. Who's this?
Hi, this is Tyler Glaze from Short Spring in Michigan.
Well, hello, Tyler. It's good to have you here. Michigan is a cool town. That is to say, state, and then all the towns in it are cool. So there you go. It's
Wow.
good.
Wow, that's a big generalization.
Sure.
I think there are 3 towns in Michigan that aren't cool, but I'm not going to name them.
You're not
because
going to name them. No,
I'm not going to name them.
No, why would you? Well, Tyler, it's good to have you here and a part of this game. Brian's going to explain what it is, how it works, and what you could win.
That's right, Scott. So I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian a topic. The two of them are going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, well, the win goes to the other player. Tyler, your job is to predict who's going to come out on top. Based on the topic today, you're playing for a couple Steam games, Wizard of Legend. Legend.
Oh, that's a good game. That's a very good game.
And Hacknet.
Also a good game.
Don't know what that is.
I know what that is. It's also very good. Those are great games, both of those.
Cool. Both of those courtesy of David Ganswage. Thank you so much, David, for sending those over. Really appreciate it.
Sorry, quick shout out to some folks recently who sent us a bunch of codes just before we forget. Matthew Bach sent a crap ton here recently.
Nice.
It's at the bottom of our sheet. And then David sent in a whole bunch of his as well. So thank you guys. And keep those coming. They make great prizes on the show. And if you've got a bunch of old codes you're not using for Steam or something you got from Humble Bundle, we are happy to take them off your hands.
Cool. All right. Okay, so you guys are ready for a topic probably, right?
Yeah.
You want a
we're
topic?
gonna do
Are
a
you
topic?
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We can do a topic. We're going to break with tradition and do a topic today.
Okay.
Luke McKeon sent this one in.
Oh, hi,
and,
Luke.
Hi,
Oh, hi, Luke.
hi, Luke. Did you get those power converters? There have been, and it's funny, I have 125. The list that I got has 136 because there's a few extras on here that are silly. They're silly. But there were 125 guest stars, celebrity guest stars on the original Muppet Show.
Oh,
Cool.
this is awesome.
So
I love this.
I want you to name as many as you can.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna do the silly ones, but once you tell me one that's like a silly one, I'll tell you the silly one that goes with it.
Okay.
It'll make more sense when I do that.
Okay.
All right. So Tyler, that is the topic. Who do you want to go first, and who do you think is going to win?
I want Scott to go first and Brian to win.
All right. Ooh, that is
Okay.
a decisive answer right there. He knows what
It's
he
like
wants.
he showed up knowing what he wanted.
Yeah.
I know what I want. He states it, and it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start with Mark Hamill because I remember that one.
That is perfect.
That's a very good one. Mark Hamill appeared on the thing, and also Luke Skywalker listed as a separate special guest star. So we're going to take that one off of the list.
Oh, that's one of your sillies then. Okay.
That's one of my sillies. All right. Yes.
All right, Brian.
Okay, I'm going to say a silly, and then I'm going to do a silly up front. That way, if I'm wrong, you can say, hey, Brian, no. Celebrity, is he fiction? Sure, but not to me. He's real. He's Big Bird. He's a celebrity.
Big Bird's a good one. Yes, Big Bird did appear as a special guest star. I wouldn't count that as one of the silly ones.
Good.
They don't list Carol Spinney as a separate name on here. Big Bird is a good guess.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Even though Big Bird's a Muppet, appearing as a special guest on the Muppet Show is a weird thing, but it's listed, so I'll take it.
All right. Let's go with I don't know why I remember this one. I think it's because she sang so well and she sang with Muppets. Shirley Bassey from the James Bond movies was on there as a guest star.
Finger! Yes, Shirley Bassey absolutely appeared as a special guest star.
I'm going to put that one I had in my pocket, but you saying Goldfinger reminded me, I'm pretty sure Roger Moore was on an episode
was he?
Of the Muppets.
Roger Moore, you say?
Huh?
Yes, indeed. Roger Moore was a special guest star on the Muppet Show.
All right.
And my guess is that they did some fun James Bond kind of parody stuff on that episode.
Not as much as you would think, but yes.
Not nearly enough was my memory. Okay.
Right.
Liberace.
Liberace.
Yep.
That's a good one. I forgot about Liberace being on there.
Liberace, absolutely. Brought his little piano, and I'm sure they did like a piano bar battle kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Him and who was the piano playing dog? Rolf the dog. Yeah.
Rolf.
Had a red on air light on his piano.
Yeah. Oh, did you say it before? Damn it.
Yes.
I have an image for this now. Here. There you go, chat. Red there on air light. I have an on air light that I can show every time you do that now, or I do that.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jesus. I'm still worried about those stupid ones he said were silly, because I remember the silly ones the best of all because they really tickled my funny bone. And
all right.
I remember Grover being on there as well. And so I'm going for Grover.
I can see the direction that you're going to be going with this. Yes, Grover was a special guest star on the Muppet Show.
Well, those all made me so excited when those happened.
It was like a special crossover event. Yeah.
I love Grover too. He's one of my favorites. I remember I can't think of his name. Old time TV guy. Hold on.
No, I got
it.
The TV thing.
Milton Berle. Milton Berle.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And I'm sure they did not make reference to his giant stuff of legend.
Yeah.
Milton Berle is known for.
Yeah, the rumor was that dude. Woo.
Yeah, he was packing some serious beaker.
Yeah. He used to make that sound and everything.
Cookie Monster was on Muppet. Cookie Monster.
Eventually you're gonna run out of these, but yes, Cookie Monster special guest star.
And you can't
on the Muppet Show.
I'm waiting. I hope you should say Kermit. You should say Kermit is a special crossover.
yeah, that's not a bad idea.
All right. That won't count. Let's see. George Burns was on there.
Sure.
Sans cigar, I believe, because they didn't want the kids to see the cigar hanging out of his face. I believe.
Really? Is that true?
There was some story about that.
Totally makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he? Did he play God on the Muppet Show?
No, he did not. I remember he sang, maybe with Miss Piggy or something.
No.
Sure. Yeah, he did.
Of course
he sang.
Not.
He did. He sang.
They did a rendition of what he did with his.
Say good night, Piggy.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like a.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Like a throwback to his thing.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Hey, Bert. I'm going with Bert.
Bert.
I'm going with Bert.
Well, good choice. Right there, sandwich between Milton Berle and Big Bird is Bert. So well done.
Ernie, I'm sick of sharing about Ernie. All right.
There's green M&Ms in my. There's green M&Ms in my green room. You guys didn't pay attention to my writer. I'm leaving.
Ernie. All right. I'm gonna do I'm not gonna do. Well, okay. I'm gonna say Carol Burnett.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm doing all the
say
humans.
That?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Carol Burnett.
Did she go yank all the other Muppets' ears?
No.
She did not, but she was a special guest.
Okay, gosh dang.
Nice.
I thought I was wrong for a second. All right, Dunaway.
What? Well, you gotta have Ernie. You can't have Bert without.
I know.
The...
I almost wish Scott would have just taken Ernie. So you like.
I thought surely he's gonna take the hanging fruit that is so low.
I think you're going to run into a Muppet, and the Muppet didn't cross over, and you're going to lose that way. So I'm going to let you go ahead.
But it was a pretty safe bet that if Bert showed up.
Right, exactly.
That's
because
true.
it would be really an awkward situation without it. But I'm not going to go with like Rubber Ducky or nothing because
yeah,
don't do that.
Such a tertiary character.
So tertiary.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I remember Johnny Cash was on there.
Oh, that's
Johnny
good.
Cash. That's right.
That's good. Oh yeah,
he walked the line. Folsom Prison Muppet Show.
Yep,
that's right.
They should have done a scene where
shot a man on the Muppet Show just to watch him die.
I'm gonna hop back to the humans because Scott said one, and for some reason I'm thinking of Kenny Rogers, who passed away recently.
Yeah,
and I went down a little rabbit hole, and I'm like, hey,
he did. Kenny Rogers absolutely appeared on the Muppet Show. Yep.
Pretty sure that he's the only Python who did, but I think John Cleese was on there, and I remember being really excited about that. I hope I'm not confusing it with like Muppets Now or one of the more modern things, but I think
that's
it was.
a good point too. Yeah.
No, but it does seem like John Cleese was in like one of the Muppet movies as well, doesn't it? I seem to remember him in one of the Muppet movies. He was on the Muppet Show as a special guest, but I want to say that he also made an appearance in one of the.
Yeah, he did. He was which movie was it?
Manhattan, maybe?
Was it Manhattan? No, that was.
Might have been.
No, maybe. Oh, it's been too long.
I can see his face. I can see it. I could see it in there, but I can't quite place it.
Yeah, I can't.
Is it my turn again?
By the way,
it's your turn again.
Another great conversion show to be all Muppets but one human would be Faulty Towers with him as the only human.
Right.
It'd be amazing.
You guys are right. You guys are right about that because I can't remember if there's one that I mentioned on the Muppet Show that should have been there, but now I'm getting kind of nervous. There's a couple of characters. I'm gonna go back to my humans.
Okay, go back to the humans. By the way, Cleese appeared in The Great Muppet Caper as the bewildered homeowner Neville. Thank you, Blue Ridge John.
That's all right.
That's it. I don't think
TMS
Scott
fact
said.
Checker, Blue Ridge John.
Yeah.
I don't think Scott said this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew.
I'm glad you said both because again, both are on my list. Chewbacca and Peter Mayhew are on here individually. So I'm going to put a B next to Peter Mayhew, and then I'm going to cross out Chewbacca.
All right, sorry. I'm gonna go with. I have a hard time thinking of anything but musicians, and they count because they're always the guest and the musician.
Oh yeah, that's why they did so well.
Yes.
It's not like SNL where they have a host and then a musician.
A separate one, no, exactly.
So I remember Alice Cooper being on there.
Oh,
sure.
I do not recall that, but it sounds right.
He totally was, yes. And
you know what I would have?
He did not do the guillotine thing.
No.
You know what I would have thought if I'd have seen Alice Cooper back in the day? I was like, oh, it's one of those episodes. Click.
No, really? Oh, I loved it. I loved it
because I was watching the Muppet Show. I wasn't Alice Cooper.
I don't want no heavy metal on my Muppets.
I liked it because it softened his image. It made him seem more like less of a freak show. My parents would worry about him less, I guess, or something. I don't know. I don't know why I liked it, but I liked when he was on there.
Let me tell you who I loved singing.
Yeah.
On the Muppet Show.
Who's that?
That'd be Gomer Pyle, Jim Neighbors.
Is
that a silly one?
I had a hard time sleeping last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And woke up in the middle of the night, got up and decided to watch I watched Supergirl, and that didn't put me to sleep, which it usually does.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But then an episode of Andy Griffith's show came on.
Nice.
Yes, we were watching it too.
And it was the episode where somebody leaves a baby in front of the fire station.
Yeah.
And Opie and his friend go around asking people if they want a baby. And they all misunderstand him, like thinking that like he's trying to have a baby with them or something. Like, your son needs to talk. You have to have a talk with your son about the birds and the bees and all that. So here's the cool thing. I'm going to make sure he's not on the list before I say his name. Okay, good. I can say his name. Jack Nicholson was on the show as the dad of the baby left in front of the fire station.
Weird.
Yes.
There are so many great cameos on the
Like I was
Griffith
looking
show.
like, oh my God, that's Jack Nicholson. Whoa.
Yeah, I was watching an old Western.
Did you guys find my baby?
I saw some. I forgot what it was called. Not Gunsmoke, but it was like one of those Gunsmoke kind of shows, old black and white thing on TV. And now I can't think of his name. Shoot, the guy from the Waterworld that wears the patch, the bad guy.
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. Jeez, I can't think of names. Dennis Hopper was this rootin' tootin' shooting guy that was like getting all these contests and winning. He was like 22 years old or something. It's so weird.
I love it. I love stumbling on it and seeing somebody on there that's like, wait a minute, is that really who I think it is? And then you got to do your deep dive and see if it really was them.
Yeah. All right. Whose turn was it? I forgot where.
That would be your turn because he just said Jim Neighbors, which made me think of Andy Griffith.
Right. Okay.
And that was a Goober episode. It wasn't a Gomer
It was a Goober episode.
Yeah. Were you a Goober or a Gomer guy? Which way do you guys?
I prefer it. Oh, there! Look at that. Dice Tomato found the photo of Jack Nicholson on the Andy Griffith show. Look at that.
I can't look. I don't have the chat up.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'll look at that after. All right.
I'll save it for
Rocky Mountain High. John Denver. He was on there.
Oh, how do we? I thought we already said that one. Did we not already say that one?
Nope.
Not already say that one.
Oh man, that's the classic. That's like a huge one.
Yeah, he's big.
He was all over the Muppets. Like he did all sorts of stuff with the Muppets.
Yeah, he was constantly on there. Because Sorry said that one.
Yeah, probably multiple.
When you guys are done, you can look at that photo of Jack Nicholson.
I was about to say, what are you sending me? I can't. All right, go ahead. I thought you were sending me a clue.
I'm not sending you a clue.
I can hear. I can hear the beeps, but I can't see it.
Yes, quit
Weirdo.
stalling. It's your turn. Come up with something.
Slacker.
Well, if I'm gonna talk about Mr. Neighbors, I'm going to talk about Don Knotts.
Don Knotts, oh Andy. Indeed,
Wait,
Don
wait.
Knotts was a. I don't remember Don Knotts at all in the episode last night. I don't think he was on.
Oh, really?
Oh, he left for a while.
Did he? Okay, must have been during his during
he
him
left
being
for a while.
gone. But he Mrs. Crump was all involved.
Uh-oh.
Opie asked her if she wanted a baby, and she, she thought he was trying to get move things along a little faster between her and Andy.
Yeah.
Move things a little faster with the sheriff. Don Knotts, yes, on the Muppet Show.
All right, I remember staying in the music. Elton John was on there at least once, I think.
I had 3 left, and that was one of them. You
He
bastard!
was still standing on the Muppet Show while everybody else.
Unless
was
you
sitting.
say something, trigger something. I've only got a few more.
All right,
Ooh.
keep going. Keep going. Don't worry. All that stands in the balance is Tyler and Michigan winning or not here.
Right? Okay,
right.
so I love when Jonathan Winters was on there. It was one of those world colliding things where it's like, I watch Mork and Mindy so much, and this was just so good.
Yeah, but the Mork and Mindy Jonathan Winters seasons were terrible. They were
They
terrible.
were terrible. Mirth the baby.
They were terrible in some ways, but also the fact that Robin Williams and Jonathan Winters were so connected
They were good together.
by the
Yeah,
soul
they were
that
kind
it
of
made it good.
played off each other's manic.
Yeah.
Say something good, Scott, so I can, because I got one more, I believe.
Triggers him. Yes, Jonathan Winters. If I had not said it, it was a guest. As a matter of fact, probably not a surprise. He is the last one alphabetically on my list. So don't
go past
don't
W.
say Professor X or
Prof X,
Paula Yates or Stephanie Zimbalist.
Yeah.
None of those 3 were special guests on the Muppet Show.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you remember.
Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.
I can't believe you remember Stephanie Zimbalist or whatever. All right.
What was the guy from Bachelor Party?
Zahn or Zane, Steve.
No,
Steve
Billy
Zahn.
Zane not a guest. Timothy Zahn not a guest.
too late.
No Warren Zevon. Who's Zmed? Adrian Zmed. No Adrian Zmed on my list.
Great. All right. Let's do Bob Hope, I believe, had been on there.
Oh.
Bob Hope. Sure enough, yes. Bob Hope.
I see. Scott must have watched a lot of more. And I think he did.
I watched everything.
Older TV stuff that I didn't know those people.
In a strange flip flop of Dunaway here. I actually have the DVD of the first couple seasons of the Muppet Show.
I do too.
Interesting.
I have them all.
Which is something Brian Dunaway would say.
Actually, I don't have them all. They're my daughters. We gave them to her for Christmas one year, but they're still here. Or no, you took them a couple weekends ago. I think Carter's in the chat. But anyway, we watched them. So I've seen them more recently too. That's the other thing. That gave me an advantage here, I think.
That gave me an advantage.
Advantage.
Okay,
Scott.
this one I know Ibit probably would love. Blondie was on there.
She was.
Really?
Debbie Harry.
I
Yeah.
don't remember
Debbie Harry
that.
was absolutely on there. Yes.
Definitely don't remember that.
She was. It seemed like the streams had crossed, right?
Yes.
The ultra sexy, sultry, combined with the wholesome and family oriented. Yeah.
That was a very unusual time for me.
Yeah.
A very difficult time for
I
me.
don't know how to feel about this.
I'm watching my kids' show.
Yeah.
Yet there's this bomb
Yeah.
that's on the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
They sang One Way or Another and Call Me, and then she also sang Rainbow Connection as a duet with Kermit.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I don't remember that at all for some reason.
I know you guys. I know you guys have kind of. I know after that last Weezer album, you guys have kind of been like, Weezer, but there is a great Muppets album that's all these cover tunes, and Weezer has one on there, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
They
that
do
was
a
very
great
good.
job with that one. I just don't know why they put out a cover album where they try to sound so much like the originals. There was no point to it.
Right.
I'm in agreement. Okay. I'm thinking of one now.
Okay.
And
All right.
her name came up recently in a meme I saw on Facebook. Because it was like a fake Wu-Tang Clan ad, but it was Tang in the 70s, and it was Florence Henderson on there, and it reminded me that Florence Henderson was on the Muppets.
Henderson. Wait, let me think how that might
Did she do
branch
Tang?
off.
I know she did Wesson. Did she also do ads for Tang?
She totally did Tang ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Man,
only
that's not a
connect
good
her
one.
these days with Wesson.
Yeah. Yeah, Wesson was a big one for her. She was all
So
she
Florence Henderson.
She was oiled up all the time. That lady.
Okay, so if Florence Henderson was on there,
Therefore,
Tang now.
what?
the girl who played Jen is on. No.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Well, you do what you do. You do you.
Uh,
I believe in you.
trying to think if there was anybody from the Partridge Family or
Totally, yeah.
right,
This
like
group
that
found a
kind of
great
thing.
Florence Henderson Tang ad commercial. Okay, I'll have to look at that later.
All right, well, that was no help. Thanks a lot, Scott.
All right.
So
does that mean you don't
gonna
have
take
one?
a wild stab in the dark.
I thought you said you had another one. This has been your third
No,
day.
his last.
No. You
Last
I
one he
had
had was Debbie
three.
Harry.
Oh.
I had three, and you took one of them, you jerk, Elton John. Maybe I gotta say, how about Snuffleupagus? He was there. He had to be. Big Bird was there. Going with Snuffleupagus. I'm going with good answer. Everybody, give me a clap. Good answer, Brian.
Good answer.
If he
good
was
answer.
there, it was purely imaginary.
Yeah!
You can't prove it. You can't prove he wasn't there.
You lose.
Oh,
That's
man.
what happens there. Oh, I feel bad though because
I'll give you one. I'll give you one ball spike if you got one, Scott.
okay. I remember the googly eye guy from Great Frankenstein. Hold on, Young Frankenstein, and there's a song about him.
Igor. It's a takeoff on the Betty Davis eyes.
Marty
And
Feldman eyes. Do.
right
That's
there.
it. Marty Feldman. He's in there.
Marty Feldman for sure. All right, so here are all the other ones you could have said. I'm not going to do the entire list. By the way, people keep saying, here's a president you missed in one of the movies you were talking about last week. That list was like 110 long. I'm not going to name everything on the list, nor am I going to do it here, but I'm going to name a lot
I
of
thought
them.
it was just the show anyway. It wasn't the movies, right? It was just the show.
No, it was movies.
Oh, last week you had to name the last week you had to name the actor that played a fictional president.
Yeah, and no TV shows were allowed. We couldn't do TV.
No TV shows.
Yeah.
All right. Julie Andrews, Alan Arkin, Joan Baez, Harry Belafonte, Candice Bergen, Edgar Bergen, Victor Borga. He was probably drunk. Ruth Buzzy, C-3PO and R2-D2.
Oh!
Linda Carter.
Why did I think of that? Take it.
I know. I don't know why you didn't. Linda Carter. Yeah, Wonder Woman was on there. Carol
Wonder Woman was
Channing,
on there.
Carol Channing.
Petula Clark, Roy Clark, Judy Collins, Rita Coolidge.
Was the $6 Million Man on there? I see it, but it's not.
What's not Steve Rogers? What was the Lee Majors?
Lee Majors.
No Lee Majors.
Okay.
Really?
The Count. You could, if you were going to stick with your history business. Anthony Daniels listed separately. Dom DeLuise.
Oh, that makes sense.
Name Jonathan Winters. You got to name Dom DeLuise.
I didn't even think about it.
Phyllis Diller, Sandy Duncan, Lola Falana, Marty Feldman, Crystal Gale, Phyllis George, Dizzy Gillespie, Valerie Harper, Doug Henning.
Wow.
Get some magic on there. Madeline Kahn. I mean, you could have named everybody in the Mel Brooks talent pool.
Except Mel Brooks?
Except Mel Brooks. No Mel Brooks.
Oh, he would have been great.
Gene Kelly, Gladys Knight, Harvey Korman, Chris Christopherson.
Harvey Korman.
Chris Christopherson was on there? That's cool.
Christopherson was there.
He was singing, though, right? He wasn't doing his acting bit.
Yeah, he was back when he was singing.
I'm sure he did both. Yeah. Steve Martin. Great one on there.
We didn't say Steve Martin?
Nobody said Steve Martin.
You know what? Steve Martin was in my head, but I thought that because I'm thinking of the first movie, which he was in also. And I thought, well, he's not in the show.
I said it.
No.
Nobody said it. Liza Minnelli and Dudley Moore. Rita Moreno. The Mummenshans. Nobody mentioned.
The frick is that?
Bernadette Peters, again, another Mel Brooksian. Vincent Price. Gilda Radner. Tony Randall, Helen Reddy, Christopher Reeve. So you had Wonder Woman and Superman on here. Lynn Ronstadt, Diana Ross, Leo Sayer, Avery Schreiber, Peter Sellers, Shields, and Yarnell.
These all feel right. You could pretty much say anybody, and suddenly I can see like a black and white glossy with them sitting next to the Muppets. I don't know why.
Basically, if you had the circle of Love Boat actors and the circle of Muppet Show guest stars, it'd basically be a very, very fat Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Paul Simon, Sylvester Stallone, Twiggy, Loretta Swit. Stallone was on there. He asked if they were hungry. Ben Vereen, Nancy Walker, Andy Williams, and Paul Williams.
Are you hungry?
Are you hungry?
You see, the problem with this, it's like a blind spot because I know a lot of TV from the 70s and 80s, and so if they were popular actors or a child actor during that time, I would remember them. But if it was like older actors who I got to know later, but after the Muppet Show, I wouldn't have connected that issue. And
but it's funny because like I would have said, I would have thought Lee Majors would be a lock, and maybe even Farrah Fawcett Majors would have been a lock. The fact that Gilda Radner was on there, Gene Wilder, I would have expected to be on the list.
Right.
Buddy Rich, TV's Travis, Buddy Rich was in the list. I'm not, like I said, I'm not naming every name. I just
what was the loser ones you had that you didn't want to keep?
Justin Bieber.
It was things like Grover and Big Bird and Bert and not those. It was take that back. It was the ones where the actor and the character they played were both named. Like Peter
counted separately.
I wouldn't have given you those separately. Luke Skywalker and Mark Hamill.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I hate to say
Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher was a surprise to me. I thought, all right, well, if they've got Mark Hamill and Peter Mayhew and Anthony Daniels, surely they'll have.
Those were the cocaine years, man.
Those were the cocaine years.
Yeah, there was no way she was showing up. Tyler in Michigan, you know how this has gone. How do you feel?
Yep. It's okay. I went for it and it didn't work out.
It was a good bet.
Mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Brian Ibbett, I'm gonna send you some more cider soon.
Oh, you're the cider guy.
He's the cider guy.
Bell's, right? Bell's cider.
Yeah.
No, Shorts Brewing.
Shorts. That's right. Shorts. I've got the T-shirt. Yeah. The red T-shirt with Shorts. Yes.
Yes. Hey, I wish I drank. That sounds really good.
Yummy.
Well done. You're always welcome to try again, and good job on your attempt. Brian Dunaway, later today, you and I will be clear-minded after this fun contest, and we'll be doing the Boop Show, talking about video games for the week. That'll happen today at 3:30 Mountain Time. Be here at frogpants.tv. Anything else you want to say before you go?
Man, I can't believe I didn't win that one.
Oh, it's sad. It's a little sad. I mean, I'm not that sad. I feel good about it.
Really? Okay.
I love the Muppets, man. I remember stuff. I remember.
Yeah, you do.
Their cover or the Muppet version of "Time in a Bottle" is one of the greatest things you'll ever see ever, and I highly recommend it.
Was Jim Croce? No, who was the guest that sang that? Oh no, it was just a Muppet.
Just a Muppet, yeah. And he got really old, and then he got younger and younger as the song went on. And then his final drink turned him old again.
Yeah.
And it was just this awesome, melancholy, sad thing. It makes Carter cry. Sorry, Carter, calling you out again. Everything sweet makes Carter cry.
Everybody just put links to Time in the Bottle from the Muppets. By the way, did you see that photo I put on our Discord of...
Oh, look at that. Is that the one you saw? Is that the... Oh, you saw a color one.
I did. It was a color one, which is probably why no Don Nuts.
Yeah,
I'm going to go get ready for my tenure on Three's Company.
Woohoo!
Andy!
I feel like when they went color, things got weird, but maybe I don't remember it right. Same with Beverly Hillbillies got weird after color.
It did.
Yeah. All right. We're going to do one news story right after this. It was great
seeing Donna Douglas in full color.
Oh, of course. She is a very colorful lady, for sure.
In the News is sponsored by Nabisco. You'll find quality in our corner.
All right. Quick news brought to you by...
Not just by Nabisco, but a public service announcement from your friends at Zomniac Media and Smush-Ups. This important message reminds all fans of Smush-Ups that if you choose to listen to the Smush-Ups podcast on your favorite player, you should do so at full speed. Yes, Smush-Ups can be fun and entertaining, but please enjoy them at the speed in which they were intended. Set your favorite podcast app to stun or to listen at full speed, or for added fun, reduce the speed even more. Remember to please enjoy Smush-Ups responsibly at smushups.com. Also announcing Mega Smush Fridays. Every Friday, get an extra smushy 3-minute long Mega Smush up, and remember to smush responsibly at full speed. Jeez.
Gave you a mouthful there, didn't he?
Yes, so much smush up.
I think he knows it too.
Yes.
All right, quick story. We're going to talk about this man who accidentally dropped his smartphone in a river.
Okay.
And then found it 8 months later.
Wow, all right.
A feel-good story, if you will.
I guess.
Except I don't think they last that long in water. But
does anybody have any rice?
Yeah.
Who's got rice?
Well, you can have rice. The tourist, Zhao, lost his smartphone when he was catching fish with his friend in the turbulent river in China last September. Mr. Zhao, who had forgotten about the matter, recently received a phone call from a fisherman who had spotted his phone after the water levels dropped. He found Mr. Zhao's number on a business card inside the phone case. The man was surprised to find the phone was not damaged despite being soaked in water for more than half the year. Recalling the matter, Mr. Zhao said he didn't even notice the missing phone until he returned to the riverbank later that day. Recalling the matter, I already read that line. I thought I could never find it. It was in the water, and the river was quite turbulent, he added. Mr. Zhao initially thought the call was a scam. I was thinking, how is this possible? I'm holding my phone to talk to you right now.
Was that in there as well?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, right there.
It's right there. It's in the article. The random phone call was from a local fisherman known by his surname Liu, who spotted Mr. Zhao's phone device in the river after water levels dropped. Mr. Liu was able to get in touch with the tourist after finding his business card tucked in the phone case. Why is this repeating?
I don't know.
They just told us all that.
Yeah, they had a word limit they had to get in there for SEO purposes.
They've just slightly reworded some of these sentences, and they're exactly the same.
Yes, exactly. The fact that it still worked after
I know, that's
in the water
crazy. They don't say what phone it is, like what brand or what model or any of that. I wish they would. I'd be curious.
A can with some string tied to it is what it was.
Exactly. It says returned it through parcel. You know, that's
parcel. Yeah, it's got it to him through parcel.
Yes, the post. Says it's functioning well after the ordeal. He was able to retrieve the pictures taken from his canoeing trip from the phone he thought he would never find again. I never thought I'd find the phone again, he says, the tourist said in a social media post after receiving the handset. This article is hilarious to me.
Yes.
That they just
By
kept
the way,
repeating it.
he got his phone.
Yeah.
Did we mention he got his phone?
Hey, guys, he got his phone. I don't know if you heard, but he got his phone. All right.
Again, impressed by the fact that it works, but the fact that it has photos that he took on his canoeing trip makes me say, okay, it's a much newer phone, right? It's a phone with a camera phone on it.
Oh yeah.
So wow. I
assume...
guess my Palm Trio my Trio 650 had a camera on it.
Yeah, and your phone now, the phone you own right now is waterproof. You can toss that in the.
It is. Yeah, but not for very long. I couldn't put it in you can't submerge it for like a long period of time, but if it gets wet or splashed in the pool or something, it's totally fine.
I think
musical.
Oh, go ahead.
What's that?
No, go ahead.
Musical chemist says the phone has a red on-air light on it because the news article is basically the red on-air light of news articles.
Yeah, they just keep going. My phone is rated for. Let's see.
I think you and I have the same one. Don't we both have 10Rs?
I have an 11. But it's basically
you have an 11?
same kind of phone, really. Basically, they haven't changed much.
Yeah.
Looks like both of our phones are rated for 30 minutes submerged up to 50 meters. So it's not bad.
That's not too bad.
It's most phones, I think. All right, we're going to take a break. It's a music break. And when we...
Oh, well, at least hair grows.
Even a scientist has to admit that there are some pretty serious religious overtones to all this.
I didn't hurt anybody. Nobody's going to tell me what to do.
The morning stream. That's not a chicken wing, man.
Ew.
That's exactly right. Ooh is right. That's the right reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Don't eat anything that's not a chicken wing, man.
Especially if it looks like a chicken wing and is not a chicken wing.
Nope. Don't eat it. All right. Brian, we're back.
Yes. That Bad Haircut by Wally Pleasant from the album Songs About Stuff from 2011.
It is definitely about stuff.
It is about stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never agreed more with a statement. That's almost 10 years old, that album. Wow. Think of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope his hair grew back. He
Right?
did say hair grows.
Yeah.
So that's
at the
good.
end, it felt like I was...
Got that going for him, which is nice.
Yeah. That was really nice to hear. All right. We're going to do this now. That announcement from Kadollar Hawk can only mean one thing. Steven Schleicher from Major Spoilers in Hayes, Kansas is with us now. Hello, Steven. Welcome.
Hello, Scott. Hello, Brian. Hello, Carter.
Hello.
Oh yeah, Carter's in the chat. Hey, how come one of your senators is so freaking weird? How come that's a thing?
One? Just one?
Well, you got that dude who did a commencement speech, and
that's Nebraska. You're in the wrong state,
I was
dude.
thinking it was Kansas. Oh, Ben Sassy's Nebraska. Never mind. Yeah, that was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. So never mind. I'm sure your guys are fine.
Oh no, we have Marshall and Moran and all the other embarrassments. So yeah, we've got our own embarrassments right here in the
We have the only cool Republican senator right now. my state. We only have, and it's just the one. The other one's kind of a dork, but we really like Mitt Romney these days. Like that
We
Mitt.
certainly don't have that here in Colorado.
Well, anyway, hey, it's good to have you here. It's always a pleasure to have Steven Schleicher here talking about stuff and things. And today's no different. You're telling me in this email that print comics are back, baby. Are we
print
are we
comics
there?
Are back starting this week.
Yeah.
And Pogs. Pogs are back too.
Yes, comics are back in Pog form. There's only one downside. So almost every of the major gold publishers have books out this week. But as I counted them up, if you're looking for single issues, there are only 28 single issues hitting stores this week from Boom, Dark Horse, DC Comics, Dynamite, IDW Publishing, and Image Comics. Archie also has some, but they're not considered a main publisher. Marvel is waiting another week before they release their single issues. But if you live in a state that says, hey, get back to work, then chances are your comic book store might be open this week, and you can go and buy some single issue comics.
Nice. So, obviously, the places that do get to open, restrictions still sort of apply. You got to wear masks a lot, and there's, distancing stuff, and stores.
I mean, I would suggest that.
Well, I think they have to. Well, it depends on your state, but most of the states have some stuff where, you can go in, but we can only have 30 of you in this big store at a time, and you guys have to stand this far apart, and everyone has to have masks. Oh, you don't have a mask? Go home and get one by. Or we have them here if you want to use one.
And if you live in a state that is not open yet, comic stores are not open yet, do call them, because there's a good chance that they're either doing curbside delivery or home delivery or via mail if you need to get your hands on, for example, Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 19 or Plunge number 3 or Red Sonja number 15. Contact your local comic shop.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you said this, because I just checked, and Colorado Coins and Comics, Coins, Cards, and Comics is back open, so I can pop over there and get some stuff.
And Red,
they also have a number of trades, but I didn't count any of those up. So
sure.
By the way, loved that House of X Powers of 10 recommendation. That was
good.
Great.
Good. I'm glad you really enjoyed that. I think a lot of people would. I don't know because I haven't read it yet. We're going to be reading it for an upcoming Major Spoilers podcast episode later this year. I know we've reviewed it on the site, and everyone who's read it has really enjoyed it. But if you are not someone who is overly familiar with the X-Men, is this a book to pick up? Let me ask you that, Brian.
Ooh, no, I don't think so. Because there were a couple in there that were like, I knew of Omega Sentinel, but I hadn't read any comics that had Omega Sentinel in there, and she's pretty prominently in there. For somebody who's not familiar with the X-Men, I would not say that this is a good jumping on storyline. But if you're familiar at all with, even all the way up to like, the
Phoenix Saga,
certainly the Phoenix Saga, even the Dave Cockrum years and stuff like that, I'd say you're fine. Yeah, I mean, if you've got any familiarity with the X-Men, you'll be fine. I'd probably even.
What about if you've seen the X-Men movies?
That's what I was going to say. I think even if you've seen the X-Men movies, you'll have no problem with this. But I wouldn't say if you're brand new to the X-Men, all you know is that there is a bunch of men with an X, even though they're women as well. Then it would not be the good jumping on point. But if you're at all familiar with, if you can name 10 X-Men or 5 X-Men characters, you'll probably be fine.
I can do that. I can totally do that.
Can you?
Yeah, I totally can name 10. I 5. I can do 5.
I'm
not.
Do we want to? Let's say 10, and let's put your money where your mouth is.
All right, Professor X.
Okay.
Kitty Pryde.
Sure.
Colossus.
Okay.
Jubilee.
Okay.
Cyclops.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Okay.
Beast.
Okay.
Jean Grey.
All right.
Nightcrawler.
Good. One more.
Hold
Just
on.
one more.
I know.
Just one more, Scott. Only one more.
Got it. Iceman. Or Angel. I could do Angel. See, that was all right.
There you go. 11.
You did all right.
They're good.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Then you should do well with Powers of 10, House of X.
Okay, good. This is the test. I've passed it.
That's the test. You succeeded. You passed.
Well done. Hey, by the way, as you said, Red Sonja, she's fully clothed these days, right? She's not all just in a string bikini and metal booby covers.
Yeah, I mean, she still wears kind of the metal bikini a lot, but she is, depending on the story that's being told, she will wear other clothes. For example, this week in Red Sonja number 15, she abdicates her throne as Queen Sonja and goes to work as the the Minister of War for another country, run by a real despot of a guy, and she wears more of a traditional kind of a knight's type clothing.
Well, she, I never understood her. So it was always just like a little metal bikini and a tiny little
the Frank
thing.
Frazetta artwork,
Yeah. What is the point? There's no guarding anything. That's not armor. You're gonna die. All your fleshy bits are out. Your abdomen, all your soft spots. You're done.
If my enemies always attack my nipples, I'm safe.
Yeah. Only if they get your nipples. Nipple attack. All right. That's a great show over there with the Diamond Club people. Nipple Attack. Tuesday nights. Check it out. All right. Also, the CW pushes the Arrowverse to 2021. We kind of thought this was happening, but it's confirmed.
Yeah. So this past week, and I don't know, Brian, if you said you watched Supergirl last night, if that was the final episode of Supergirl.
It ended with a to be continued.
Yeah, that's the final episode. Yeah.
That's a bummer. Okay, because it definitely felt like it was a slap together. We need to do something kind of ending.
They were planning for 3 or 4 more episodes
exactly.
to be on the show we were watching, but because of the coronavirus pandemic, they had to shut that down.
Yeah, this was 19, episode 19.
Yeah, that's the final one. So because of the being able to work from home and other things, they were able to get a lot of post-production done on the final, like 17, 18, and 19 were the ones that were done post-shooting shutdown. So all those other episodes, if they're going to use any of the material, will have to be pushed to the next season. Well, the CW said, hey, all those Arrowverse shows that you're looking for, Superman and Lois, The Flash, and the rest, won't debut until January of 2021. So you're not going to get a regular fall season from the CW this year, although they did announce that they're going to take the first season of Swamp Thing that was released on the DC Universe service, and it will be airing on the CW in the fall.
Okay.
Supergirl is a little bit different because you notice I didn't mention Supergirl and the rest. Supergirl won't see its debut in January of 2021. Instead, it will show up either mid-season or summertime so that Melissa Benoist, who is very pregnant, can have her kid and at least be done with that before shooting can resume.
Can she just marry somebody named like Rogers or?
I think she married. Didn't she marry not Monel? Did she marry Monel from the show?
Oh, the actor who played Monel. She might have.
I'm just saying, take your husband's name. Benoist is weird.
I know. Too close to moist.
Yeah, it's a moisty name. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But you may as well be called. Just call yourself Moist then. His last name is Wood. There you go. Just change it to Wood. That's an easy one. All right. Steven, that's fantastic. I didn't know there was a Lois and Superman deal.
That is a brand new series that is spinning out of the Supergirl series. And so that is something that they've worked on. So that will debut in January. I don't know how much of that they have done. Also, a new Walker Texas Ranger TV show is being rebooted, and Kung Fu will return to the CW in January.
Is it bad that I'm excited about what a new Texas Ranger show might be like? Is that weird?
I mean, I never watched the first Texas Ranger show, so I could care less.
I mean, I did, and it's not great. Okay, it's kind of poopy TV, but the reboot could be all right. It's got that Jared Padalecki guy that everyone thinks is hot and sexy from the Supernatural show, the younger brother there. And he's going to play Cordell Walker. Man finds his way back to his family while investigating crime in the state's most elite unit. That sounds great.
Yeah. Also, final season of Supernatural will finally air.
Oh,
in January.
Right. Those guys are done.
Right.
I keep thinking that's already happened, but I guess it didn't happen yet.
I know, it's like 20 seasons of that, or however many it's been.
Oh, did either of you, Brian, I know you've been an on and off fan. Did you guys watch the season finale of where they mixed the live action and animation because the virus wouldn't let them finish filming?
The Blacklist?
Right.
Blacklist, yeah. Did you watch that? I heard that was cool.
No, I haven't watched it, but I saw clips from the graphic novel style of it, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I heard cool things about it.
It looks like those motion comics that Marvel tried to do for a little while. But I'm curious. We stopped watching in the third or fourth season, but I hear really good things about it. So I think eventually we're going to go back to, or at least I'm going to go back to watching it.
Is that like a network show that's like 24 seasons, 24 episodes a season, or are they shorter than that?
I think they're probably 24. Yeah.
Oh, it's a big
24
thing.
episodes a
That's
season.
A big show to try to get into.
It's a big commitment, yeah.
Because I haven't watched any of it, and I always meant to, and now I'm so far behind, I don't even know if I want to do that. Like, I'm used to a 13-episode binge and or less.
Right.
You know?
We've been spoiled by Netflix
and Doctor Who
and cable.
Right, exactly.
Like just straight up cable. All their best shows, Fargo and freaking.
Yeah, if you were gonna watch if you're gonna start Blacklist right now, you'd have 152 episodes to get through,
dude.
I'm really hoping. Yeah. I'm really hoping when the CW shows come back in January, the Arrowverse shows. I hope they've learned that maybe it'd be better to just have a 10, because Legends of Tomorrow really did well, and same way with iZombie when it was on, where they only had 10 episodes for that part of the season, and that was it, and they made them tight and concise. So I'm hoping we see the same thing with Supergirl and Flash, and
give us 10 episodes of each, and then like a 5-episode crossover event kind of thing, or an 8-episode, or like that gives a couple episodes each to each of the different properties.
Yeah, that'd be fine. But shorter seasons are great.
There are 3 episodes left of Legends of Tomorrow this year, so everything else gets done.
Shorter seasons have taken over, man. Everything that matters for me to watch or that I've liked in the last 10 years, they're all short cable or streaming-based things that go like 10, 12 seasons or episodes.
And if we haven't learned anything, I mean, that's something that we should have learned, or they should have learned from like the Netflix MCU stuff, is that you get a bunch of really good episodes, and then you get a little bit of a bog down about 2/3 of the way through before it picks back up for the finale.
Yeah. It's just throwaway stuff.
Eliminate the bog down. Yes, exactly.
Lost suffered from that. Lost would have been an amazing 12-episode per season show. It would have been so tight. It's already amazing. I really like it. But
it's already. I have a hard time finding fault with Lost. Lost was hurt a lot by the writer's strike, which meant that they had to actually jam a bunch of stuff that they were going to do into a shorter season.
Yeah, that's true.
And kind of push that along.
But I don't know. I need like, if you go back and watch the X-Files, amazing episodes, but a lot of filler because they had 24.
Lots of filler. Yes.
Yeah, so much filler. Anyway, 24 dumb, 12 cool. All right. Well, that's about all she wrote. Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland. They could reboot that. I'd be into that.
They could, but they couldn't do a 12-episode season because it's 24. It's one full day.
That would be Every episode would be 2 hours long.
2 hours long, but it can be real time.
What if they called it 12?
2 hour long episode.
Just call it 12. It's no longer 24. It's called 12.
We've got 12 hours to get this bomb out of the CTU.
I liked that show when it was on.
I did too.
All right. Steven, any other cool things happening on majorspoilers.com that we can recommend to our listeners?
In fact, tying back into the CW, today is the debut of the new Stargirl series from Jeff Johns over on the DC Universe. It'll also air on the CW, I think, tomorrow. If you want to know all about who Stargirl is, we've got a new hero history over at majorspoilers.com where we look at everything you need to know about Stargirl and her life in comics. And that should get you prepped in time to really understand what's going on with this show when it debuts today and tomorrow.
Nice. Cool. Well done. Also, a shout out to our... oh, go ahead.
When are we getting HBO Max? We should be getting that pretty soon, right? I know it's...
There's a date.
There's one cable company that has it early, but that's what I'm waiting for DC Universe stuff. It's like, all right, this is coming. I'm not signing up for DC Universe until HBO Max.
May 27th. May 27th. Yep.
Yeah, right. End of the month. I will sign up for that when
I'm already signed up for the better deal. I get the $11.
I am too. Yeah. What kind of deal?
Well, you know what's nice too is if you do that, and there's also some.
Price.
There's a rumor that our plan we have with AT&T will actually get it free. So I got to call them.
Oh.
I got to talk to those guys.
Oh, I might have that too because I know that we get HBO free with our AT&T kind of a deal.
Do you get HBO? So that means you get Go free. That probably means you'll get Max free. Yeah, I think so.
Ah, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good deal. All right. I was going to say one other thing. And I forgot what it was. Don't remember now. Doesn't matter.
Is it stay hydrated?
No, but that's good advice though. You do that too. All right. Bye.
You stay hydrated. No, you stay hydrated.
You do it.
You do it.
You do it. All right. The Trek Nerd incoming. Oh, we didn't even. Who knows if this is going to work well. Just use your phone, Daryl.
Oh, yeah. Well, we gave him warning. Like he,
Oh, I think it works. Daryl, you there? Oh, man. You're muted. We don't hear you. Daryl, it's 1930. Get in here.
1930, 1930, 1930, 1930.
Are you there? Oh, Brian.
Oh, no. What's he? Oh, he's in. Oh, yeah, I see him green.
Yeah, you're green. It's like he's talking. It's almost like he's just full blast talking, not ever stopping.
Yeah, there's no gap in the rings of speakage.
Yeah. Daryl, just use your phone. I don't know if you can hear us.
No.
Can you hear us? Pause the audio. It wouldn't be a Daryl segment without this. At least lately.
No Team 30.
Daryl, can you hear us? We can't hear you at all. And your ring of speakage is solid. Just a solid green.
Solid ring of speakage.
Yep. I learned something. When you switch to video in Discord, all the circles turn back into those rounded corner squares again. So it's a dumb little thing I noticed, but they've had weird recent changes. So what are you gonna do?
Okay. Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
All right, Daryl, this is working great. We gotta have. I mean, it's 1930.
It's like he's using Discord from 1930.
Yeah. Let me see if I can text him because he's not saying anything anywhere. Daryl. Hey. Just use your phone. Maybe.
Aww.
With Discord on it. Yeah, I think his home setup's just a little funky.
Yeah.
And I think he's still working from home, I think. Okay, he's typing. I hear you. Okay. Recall.
Right. Okay. Recall.
I'm hanging you up, Daryl, and I'll re-add you completely. In fact, I'll remove you from the group, and then I'll re-add you to the group. Okay, here we go.
I was 100% expecting you to remove me from the group just then, too.
I've done weirder things before.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting the rings of ringage.
Okay.
Not of speakage.
Ooh, I like that new ring of ringage.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
It's way better than the faint bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, you can actually see it.
Yeah, like ripples of
like
white.
A visual indicator should be visible.
Correct, yes.
What were they thinking before? All right. It's ringing, I tell him in text.
Oh, and there he goes. And
All
he
right.
disappeared.
Let's add him again. Ring. Try that again. Oh, gosh. Oh, they did. Someone found a video of him. TVZ Gun found the video of him singing. Oh, no, it's
not
photos.
video, just a photo.
Daryl.
Oh.
Are you there?
Is it work?
Yes.
Sort of, but you're all chop.
Chop. Oh, we can't have
No,
that.
maybe you're okay now. Say some other things.
Some other thing.
Oh, you sound totally fine.
And you sound great, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, are you on your phone or what are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's the phone.
All right.
I almost say it was worth the wait.
Yeah, it was worth the wait. Brian would almost say that.
I would almost say it's worth the wait.
Hey, Daryl, happy 1930. How do you feel about us hitting 1930 episodes?
1930.
Yeah.
1930.
See, he's singing it live. Oh, man, what a moment this is. We're having a
Wow.
moment. So you heard this
Well,
already.
wasn't that worth it?
Well, you heard this already, right? I already played it.
1930.
How old were you then? What was your deal?
I was 1930.
You were-
Oh, wait. No, I was 16.
16 years old.
And 1 year later, Mount St. Helens would blow up on this very same day.
Whoa.
Oh, wow, really?
Wow.
So 40 years ago today, Mount St. Helens blew up.
That's
Whoa.
crazy.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
You remember that? That was nuts. That was
It
a crazy
was
time.
nuts.
Yeah,
I
that
heard
was.
it.
Yeah. Oh, you heard it? Because you live up there. That's true.
Yeah.
Did they tell everybody to stay inside and not go out and breathe the air?
No, because the weather was not going in that direction at the time.
Oh, okay.
But a few months later, I got my first car, and it had dust on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, from the
And you could-
that's true. You guys had
you could-
permadust for months, I think.
Yeah, the ash.
Yeah. You could wipe your hand and get this gritty. It looked like baby powder, but if you rubbed it, it was super gritty.
Yeah.
I remember people used to sell the bags of, like, you could go to the convenience store and get bags of Mount St. Helen ash around that time.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was like buying a chunk of the rock from the wall, the Berlin Wall. Yeah.
We have we got your ash from that. So I remember as a kid that floating over here and getting on stuff. And people were like, "Oh, the air's bad today because we're getting wind that's bringing the Mount St. Helens cloud this way." And I think people got it as far as
going in that direction.
Yeah, I think people got it as far as like Missouri or something. It was crazy.
I heard it floated all the way around the whole world.
Oh, really? That's crazy. Wow.
The ash that was heard around the world.
Yeah, it's like when my brother farts. It goes from here all the way back to Korea, where he's from.
Well, that's what that was.
Yeah, that's what that was. So Daryl, we have actual Trek news today on episode 1930.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed Anson Mount in a very cool beard and haircut. Did a little short video introducing what's going on. Do you want to tell us what's happening? What was the announcement?
Well, there's going to be a new show, a new series called Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
With Captain Pike and his crew. And they're saying it's going to be one story per episode.
Oh,
they're
nice.
doing what we're asking for.
Yeah.
That's
Style,
great.
yeah, nice.
That's great news.
So,
very excited.
Yeah, we're going to get what we want.
Yeah, it says here, Anson Mount and Rebecca Romaine led us to star in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So Rebecca Romaine back in the world here doing something.
Yep.
CBS is getting really, really good at announcing shows. Are they going to ever get good at actually delivering shows?
Well, once they get back in the studio and able to make them, I'm sure they will.
Yeah,
I hope so.
This is kind of what I want, already. Except I do like the standalone thing. I like that it's Pike because Anson Mount was very good in that role. Like all of that's exciting. But it's still, we don't have a show that's like set in the future, you know? Like it's all still prequel shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that bothers me is I'm tired of prequels. I want the future.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't just dive into that and do that. But anyway, it says this. Fans fell in love with Anson Mount, Rebecca Romaine, and Ethan Peck's portrayals of these iconic characters when they were first introduced in Star Trek Discovery last season. Oh, I didn't know. Wait, Rebecca Romaine was in that?
Yeah.
I don't remember her.
She was number one.
Oh, that's who that is.
That was Rebecca Romaine?
Yeah,
Wow.
Brian and I both surprised. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
That blew me away.
I don't know why I was thinking the brown hair threw me off, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Says, here's the quote from the producer. This new series will be a perfect complement to the franchise, bringing a whole new perspective and series of adventures to Star Trek. So there you go. That's good news, though. I think, Pike was my favorite part of that season. Like, he was very cool. And, looks just like him.
I think he represented what the series or the franchise had kind of lost. The wagon train to the stars and exploring and strange new worlds, and it's even in the title, which is great.
Anson Mount's one of those guys. We go do a Google image search of the dude. Been unfairly handsome his entire life, right? Just a good-looking dude from day one. But
sadly, even he couldn't save that Marvel Inhumans TV show.
No. But he just looks better and better the older he gets, dude. That guy in his gray beard and hair, badass.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, that's good news, Daryl. Wow, what a way to celebrate 1930. Some tech problems, a look back, talking about volcanoes erupting, and then Anson Mount making a new show on Star Trek. This is great. How are you holding up? Are you doing all right there? You working at home still? Is that the deal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working at home right now at this firm. Oh, and I'm making phasers, too, and they're turning out amazing.
Yeah, I've been seeing those on Twitter. It looks really cool. You got the lights going. Does it make a zert noise? Yeah.
Here, I'll turn it on.
All right.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
I'm blown away already. No, I've seen photos. It looks like things are coming together. Looks real good.
Yeah.
Very excited for what you're doing there. Keep your eye on his Twitter account, The Trek Nerd, and you'll see those up close and personal. Daryl, any other final thoughts before we let you go back to your day?
Just this, that you've been waiting for the whole day.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, that's true. I have been.
I was waiting for the 1930, but that's all right. This is good, too.
Yeah, this is fine. All right. Brian, are you in the mood for a mashup? Because I am.
I'm totally in the mood for a mashup.
Great.
Yes.
This comes from Jamie, TMS Mashups. He made this. This is called Heart Sock and a Headlock, okay? So, ripped from today's headlines, I suppose. Here it is. Enjoy. Coming up on DMS.
DMS, gonna give it to you. Are you hungry? Do you guys want to take some food, but you look hungry? Are you guys eating enough? Here's some potatoes and some bacon. Take it home with you and eat it.
Oh, look at the kitty. Look at the kitty.
Oh! How come you never visit anymore? Is it just because of the COVID? You never visit anymore.
You never come because of the Rona.
Licking his face every chance we get to try and get that stuff off, but sometimes it just doesn't come off.
Yeah, and his bum. Licking his bum.
And his bum. We have to lick his bum too, right? Yep. We have to teach him how to clean himself.
Yep, clean your little corn shoot there.
I asked for more pancakes. I asked for more pickles. Pancakes? Where'd I see pancakes?
So he ripped his bum.
Anybody find me a package of ice?
Stay safe.
You say stay safe too.
You say safe too.
You say stafe.
You say stafe.
Ass. Where the four of us compete with each other. Compete. What am I doing wrong there?
Don't need a chair. I don't feel like sitting. I think I'll just stand. Don't want a chair. Hold on to your butts. Hold on to your posterior.
All right, we're going to take
Spread your cheeks and fly away.
Harry Haft. Sorry, Harry Haft. Something called...
What grows Brian out the most?
Right. Heart Sock and a Headlock. That's great. Someone write that. That's a title. Heart Sock and a Headlock.
It feels like a rap song. Heart sock and a headlock. Don't you know? Heart sock and a headlock. Don't you know? He held my face in a flower bed. Heart sock and a headlock.
Put your hands in the air. Put the heart sock in the headlock. Oh man, two white guys rapping hard. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Well done, Jamie, as always. Find him on Twitter, TMS Mashups. Give him ideas. He has apparently assembled quite the core mashup for this week. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm very excited to hear that. He has me all excited. So anyway, every Monday we do them. Come on back for more and occasional bonus ones. Brian, a quick email from Stacy, who says, "Hi, Scott and Brian. My husband, Jeremy from KC, that's Kansas City, has been a longtime fan of the show. He's part of the Tadpole and even been playing some D&D with Brian and some of the other guys lately. Yes. I was wondering if you could give him a double shout-out. His birthday is later this month on the 30th, and on Friday, May 15th, will mark 20 years in the movie theater business. I know having the movie theaters closed right now has been really hard for him. If you could, sometime this month, remind him that he is a great showman, GM, boss, husband, movie nerd, and wish him a happy birthday. Thank you, Stacy. Well, Stacy, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. You're pretty rad there, Jeremy from KC. Is he in there today? I don't know.
I don't know if he is, but happy birthday, and thanks for all the D and the D.
Yeah. How'd it go? Did you guys play over the weekend?
We did not play over the weekend because Tanner's schedule changed, so we moved our D&D night to Thursday night.
Nice.
Thursday. So I'll let you know on Friday 8 p.m. how D&D went.
We played D&D yesterday, and boy howdy, did that go places. Right. Holy crap.
I heard that somebody grabbed somebody else by the lapel.
Oh, Canadians, you pronounce things so weird up there. Every once in a while, Bo, like he can't say Mario. He has to say Mario.
Mario.
He just can't help it. And then lapel instead of lapel.
Lapel is great.
That's so weird. Anyway,
lapel.
That's the show for you. Now, there is a chance. Right now, it's minor, but there's a chance I have to go to a dental appointment tomorrow. If that happens, it may be in the morning, and it may be no TMS in the morning. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I know if it does happen, I'm trying to see if I can cancel, is what I'm trying to say. Because I don't really think I need to go in, but I'm scheduled. They're open. I may go. I don't know. But if I don't go, then I'll be here. If I do go, there'll be no TMS in the morning, but the instance will still happen at 12:30 Mountain Time because I'll be home by then. Okay?
Gotcha.
So either way,
it's so confusing.
It's a little confusing, but that's the plan. I have so many of these visits I have to do a year the way our insurance is set up, or else something screwed up. So I have to do it soon, and I'm trying to work it out when. But worst case, it's tomorrow, and we don't have a morning show. And I apologize. We hardly ever take these off. It sucks, but I'll do our best. I'll do my darndest to make it not happen. Okay? All right. If they're going to charge me, though, I'm going.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it goes. All right.
If I'm paying for you to stick your fingers in my mouth, by golly, you better stick your fingers in my mouth.
That's right. JC Calhoun, I'm with you there, buddy. He had to reschedule, though. All right, we'll see. Anyway, that's it for, do a Zoom. Let's do it by Zoom. Could you hold your mouth a little? All right.
It is brought to you by...
That is the end of the show, and we're done. And that means I have to tell fine folks at home that you missed out on Friday if you didn't hear our PM edition. And there's only one way to get it. That is to become any level supporter on our Patreon, patreon.com/TMS. And that will make it so it's possible for you to get a free show a week that you don't get any other way on Fridays. So go check it out, and all the other great rewards. Those who already support us, big thanks to you. You know we already love you. Patreon.com/TMS. For everything else, frogpants.com/TMS. Brian, do you have anything else before we play this song?
I have nothing else. I have nothing else to contribute or add or anything. I'm tapped, Scott.
All
totally
right.
Tapped.
I would totally tap that. Let's play the song then.
All right, let's get to this one's not a request unless you count me. I'm requesting it. Hey, play this for me, Brian. Okay, I will. This is a brand new, relatively new, I think 2019 release